everyone. I made a slideshow for today. We're gonna talk about why is your course not selling? How can you make it better? Don't worry, it's just day one, so it's just the beginning. There will be 2 more days, and then you will see. Now let's share the slideshow with you. This one, share. And I hope you see. And then I'm starting the slideshow. So, welcome again. This is Sell It Already. I just made it shorter. So, I know how does it feel that you make a course and then you try your very best, put your heart in it, you translate it, you record it. It's like a beautiful piece of art, and then you don't sell it. But we are here to change this. Because the hardest part is always making it, making your knowledge go into words. And after you are created this transformative piece of work, then you just have to share the word that you have it, and then you can help other people. And then we make sure the people actually buy it. So we have to phrase it like that. So, and it's not important which language is your course in. I want to talk about multilingual courses, but if your course is just only in one language, that's not a problem. You can always make it in the other later. Okay. So why it didn't sell yet? There are 3 different kind of silent killers that stop good courses from selling. And even when the content is amazing, because the people don't get to the content until they buy. So the first one is position mismatch. For example, you build productivity for entrepreneurs course, but your real buyers are employees wanting like work-life balance. I made this mistake before, but then I fixed it, and I was thinking, who will use my course? And then I realized it's not the I didn't have the right audience, so this is why it didn't sell. But fix it, solve it. You can have an idea what your course is for, and then if you have a notebook, you can pick up a notebook and then make these exercises, and then you go much more ahead. Or you can ravage it and make it later. So you write down who you think your course is for, and then in another page, other place, like in 2 columns, you can write down who actually reached out and bought anything from you, in the same topic, of course. And then you can see might be it's a mismatch. So if you make a course for someone who is not your audience, then either you make a course for your audience or make a new audience. It's easier to make the course for your audience than creating a new audience, but both of them is possible. It's just different wording. And then if you address your audience, but the course is not for them, of course they don't gonna buy it. So this is the positioning mismatch. You can put in your course an invisible transformation. This is the second one. For example, you can make a course, learn how to use Canva. But some people don't even know what is Canva, and maybe that's your audience. So maybe you can rewrite it to create designs that, for example, make everything go wow. or I'm just coming up with that example. Um, so it's you can make your course title like making it what the people want to achieve from your course, and then like my course I sell it already. Everyone has the course. It doesn't sold. It's collecting digital dust, taking up space, and then what you want to sell it already because it doesn't sold yet. So this is why. Um, or you can have the over education trap. For example, I had a client who had a beautiful course with 12 modules, and it was teaching everything about marketing, everything what you can think about. The 12 modules have had mini modules, and then it went down, and then it doesn't solve because it was just no one ever gonna finish that much. So we cut out every gibberish, and then we make it into free models. And then after that, everyone is completing in it and leveling up for deeper meanings. So from that 12 modules, we make like a basic course and then an advanced course. And everyone finished the basic course and they wanted to go to the advanced course, and her sales tripled because first of all, they tell about how good was this basic course, and some people who make the basic course buy the advanced course also. So that you can think if you are thinking about what part of your course, it's really painful, I know, but you have to think about what part of your course your students will really need, because if they don't need everything, why do you put it in? And then you don't even need those parts. You can either make an upsell, uh, or you can just give it away in social media as information to get people to your course if it's like too basic information and they already know. Like you have a fitness course, you don't gonna start with how to tie your shoes. So this is, I don't need it. Okay, but we are all intelligent people, so we doesn't have this basic information in. But sometimes we see some people go to the other way. They start in like a higher level, and then the people doesn't understand because what for us who have the knowledge, what is basic is different than for people who just start. Give me a cooking course. I need it to start from a very basic. So, okay, I can chop an onion, but if it's like a advanced vegetable, I don't know, uh, then I will need detailed instruction how to do that. Like a pineapple, we just get pineapples in a tin. If it's like a real pineapple, I would have to think about how to chop it. So this is, but this would be like a, doesn't even mention it for a cook. So this is what I mean, like what is basic for you, not always basic for your students. uh, and then you have to think of this, and then it's once you think about it, you can easily fix it. Okay. And people don't buy your course, they usually buy the result. And if they can understand what result they're gonna get, what's gonna be the transformation after they complete your course, they buy it better. um, so you have to figure out something. I help the person go from problem to result using, and name it whatever. For example, you can say, I help Spanish teachers go from burnout to booked out using online academies. Or you can say, I help moms in multilingual families to grow from chaos to calm mornings through gentle routines. Or I have designers go from hourly work to passive income with digital templates. Um, See, all of them. I help your ideal audience go from what is their problem, what are they facing now, to resolve what they want, and what is the method. Like digital templates, routines, academies, or you can just name it whatever white fence method, for example. Um, and because we're talking about international courses, multilingual courses, you will have to translate this. But when you translate, you localize, you not just do word by word. I know you all of you know that, but it's good to be remembered that in other languages, um, sometimes the words have different meanings, so then it's like a different idiom, and it sounds funny in English or sounds funny in one language and doesn't in the other one. And for this sentence, the whole point is to have clarity, not to have the like word by word translation, to give clarity for the people who want to buy the course. And you can make it sound like a best-selling book, but the best-selling book in different countries are different. So take your course title, add time frame, and outcome, and then it will make it even more like a best-selling. For example, you have a mindful parenting course, which is like one in a dozen or like a dozen of them. And then you can say, raise calm kids without losing your mind. This is a 4-week reset, or Excel for beginners, other thing which is like millions. And you can say, get your dream job by mastering Excel in 7 days. Or you are teaching business Chinese lessons, which is I sure many people teach. So instead, you can say, speak confident Chinese with clients in 30 days, even if you are not fluent yet. If someone teach me Chinese in 30 days, I will sign up also. So let me know, because it's possible to learn a language in 3 months, but that's another topic. So now you should take your course title, add a time frame, add an icon, and create urgency and clarity. And then if you do that, the people will know what they're gonna buy. Does it gonna help them? Are they at that who have them? Do they? Does it solve their problems? Do they get the results? And then how many times, how long do they have to invest in it? So some people doesn't care about the price, they care about the problem. Is it solve their problem? Is it for them? And then how much time does it take to solve this problem? This is the most things people care about. And the third one is the money, and this is like statistics. So it's good to know. Now let's audit our course. So, or Polish, depends on what level are you on. First of all, we check the foundation of the offer. Promise clarity. Does this title show the result? So let's start with that. If your course title could appear on a billboard for 5 seconds, would a total stranger instantly understand what result they will get? Like, they have these ball games, like for example football, and then it's upper sometimes there is advertisement in the sides on the between the people who sit and the people who play. There is like this side, and even handball side advertisement, and it's just running. And then if you have the chance to put your course there, would the people who sit there will understand, or the people who watch in the TV, they even see it less than the people who are there. So would anyone catch it? Do they understand the result? If you think about that and your answer is no, then your title is teaching focus, not transformation focus. For example, you say you have a course called Instagram Mastery. This is too broad, and the people don't know the outcome. What do they master in Instagram? Different people in different levels, see? Or intermediate Excel course. This is say intermediate. Describe the content, but it's no benefits. What do I get out from an intermediate Excel course? Healing through art. Uh, this is literally Vaju, yes. No measurable anything in it. What do you change? What do you heal? So many things to heal. So it wouldn't work. But you can say instead, grow your coaching business with Instagram, even if you hate Reels. So now we know what is the outcome, growing the coaching business. What are we using for? We're using Instagram. And for who? For people who hate Reels. Or get a job upgrade by mastering Excel in 10 days. So this is for people who already use Excel in their job, but they want to be better. And how much time do they need? 10 days. Calm your anxiousness in 20 minutes a day with creative expressions. So it's better than healing through art, right? Because you calm your anxiety. It's difficult to pronounce. Calm your. Oh, I made these notes, the example notes, some of them, so it's easier easier to talk. So okay, where was I? So calm your anxiety in 20 minutes a day. We know what is it about. We calm our anxiety or worried anyway, and we take 20 minutes a day, which is like not much. You can do this in the shower. If you shower that much, that would be a lot of water. So or sit on the train. What says you sit on the train with creative expressions? So it's not maybe, but you can doodle in the train. So, and if you sell in multiple languages, the titles probably have to be translated because because it's probably sound different, and then you know better which language has which like these phrases, but people consider childish, people consider business like. You always have to think about that. And if you don't know, check someone who is local or live in that country. Find a friend or a pen pal just for checking. Or worst case scenario, ask one or someone in Upwork to check it for you if it sounds local or not. Uh, but always localize. Always localize. And so to summarize, always know who is it for, what they get, and by when, and how do they get. So you can rewrite and polish your course. And then it's like, it will be energizing to do this, because then you get the clarity, and then it will, the people also who you want to sell, it's always also gonna get the clarity, and it's make for a better communication, because there can be there can be still people who come and say, I'm not exactly fitting this, but I'm almost. Can I take your course? So this is why. And we never sell for everyone because it never works. Okay. Oh, and now we are going to speak about um, the audience, because a lot of people sell for everyone. And then when we are talking, we're talking like teaching colleagues and not or children or friends, not like customers. And we don't want to sound like a boring conference. Um, so we more like want to. So the people, the customers, like yourself, is like people who we want to give the knowledge. So it's an exchange because we give them knowledge, they give the money. But still, we are not seeing them as someone under us. We're seeing them like equal, and it's like an equal exchange. So we shouldn't talk down to them. So we talk like it's fun. Like it's difficult to explain actually, but I'm trying. Advanced coaching framework for practitioners. It's like boring conference topic, um, but you might sign up in the business tip, might not. But if you heard coach more clients without burning out, you heard this is so much more fun. Sounds much more fun, much more uplifting. Or data storytelling for analysts. Or what would you sign up for? This one? Or make your boss say yes to your reports, even if they hate numbers. This sounds more fun. If you are a language teacher and you name your course like after like B2 grammar mastery or something like that, it's never gonna get sold because there is so many people who are doesn't know these ABC levels, uh, doesn't know which certificate they wanna take. Okay, some people do know EATS and TOEFL, and but which language? Um, but if you say speak confident English and work in 4 weeks, this is much more a sold out course, don't you think? So now let's identify let's identify who are we helping with, not who understands the topic, who we really want to help. And then what do they want? They want, not what do you think they need. That you can put it in the course, but don't talk about it. You have to talk about what they want, because that's what they're gonna write, not what you think. Maybe you know, okay, for example, if you're teaching someone to build a house, you're not gonna say every little details in it, but because you know they need it, but they don't gonna know and they don't gonna care. They want to learn how to build a house. So that's what you're gonna sell them. And you can ask, you can write down what you like to sell, what you think they need, and what you want or they want. And then if you see it side by side, you're gonna see it. Even if you are the buyer, you're gonna buy the one thing what you want, not you as a buyer want. So what the buyer wants, that's what you have to tell them. Okay. Uh, it's getting late in here, and I'm getting these pop-ups of your questions and chat. So, and but again about the translation, you have to make it so clean if like a person who just learned to read in that country, like a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, depends on which country, what age the people learn to read. Um, and would they understand? Okay, not topics if you sell like topics which are not suitable for children, that's okay to sell, but that they probably won't understand. But the whole point is use words which anyone can understand, because you don't know the level of education the people get. Okay, if you sell something for lawyers or doctors, you know they will understand because they obviously have a higher education too. They need at least a university degree to be a lawyer or a doctor. Uh, so that's a different thing. But generally, when you sell for someone fitness, or you sell for parents, or you sell health related things, most people don't read much. They read the computers, so you have to put it down for them to understand what you're talking about. And most people reading level, like literacy, is stuck in like a third grade level. That's what they usually say. So because this is when the people learn to read, learn to write, and after that it's just not mandatory anymore to read so much. Unfortunately, this is an educational problem which we cannot solve today, except if one of you have a course which will solve that. uh, I'm homeschooling and I'm doing a lot of things, so my kids are already higher than that level and they didn't reach the age 10. But generally, unfortunately, most adults uh, third grade reading. So try to use words which is in that. Of course, as I said, if you do this for lawyers or doctors or some kind of high level educated people, that's a different thing. But most audience need easy words, and easy words when you translate also. And also it's easier to translate if you use easy words. Okay, let's talk about images. Does your images reflect the after state or the before state? Is the page, your sales page, it shouldn't show what they get. It should show what they become. So if you put like books, because they get this workbook and that CD, and who's use CDs anymore? Anyway, I'm doing this for 16 years now, and it was with CDs and cassettes. Anyway, so it should show workbook PDF, or it shows a video and things like that. No, it's not what they want. It should show what is the outcome. It should show like time freedom. Then don't show laughter, show space and kids and um, going out in a sunset and riding a boat, and I don't know. We went roller skating today, for example. Uh, it's time freedom because I had the free time to go roller skating. Um, for example, if you are parenting tools, you don't want to show like frustrated children. You want to show like a peaceful day when the children play nicely. You have time for read a book, or depends whatever is the parenting course about. If you have a language course, then don't show people studying for textbook. It never works. It's more like show like an image of the country where the people usually live. Like let's say you sell French course, you show the Eiffel Towers, and people chatting in front of the Eiffel Tower. That would sell much better than a book with a French flag. Just an example. When you sell a marketing course, you don't show the all different social media symbols. Uh, you can show a dashboards and then a person presenting something and have confidence. Image is usually universal, and they usually work in every country, so we doesn't really have to translate the pictures. We just have to make sure there is no like things in it which is make the audience uncomfortable, like the social rules in different countries you have to think about, but it's really rarely the case. Okay, so after the course you can open your landing page and check the images, make them positive. You can ask yourself, does this image show the before, during, or the after part? And if it show the before, you can have one before. When you write down all the frustration that the people have, then you can have one before picture. But after that, just have after. What is the... Opa, there is a mosquito. So where is the confidence, where is the relief, where they're successful, uh, things like that. And you can post the outcome pictures with your social media promotions, because that will, if your picture is right, then the people will want to have that result also, whatever result you give them. And just make sure, don't promise something what you cannot deliver, because then it will be catastrophic. Um, you lose your word, and then of course you don't gonna sell, because everyone say, oh, he said that, but he doesn't deliver, so it's not nice. Over delivering is okay, but it's from your point of view, it's extra work, but you might not have time, so you don't need to over deliver, you just have to deliver what you promise. Okay, this is also part of clarity. And finally, your offer stack. Most people under explain or overlist, make too many bonuses. Whew, so many people have so many bonuses, but the people doesn't want the so many bonuses, they want the result. And then if you give a bonus, then it should be logical, like if you teach people um, how to get uh, lampions, then you can give a bonus in different color papers to make the lampions. I don't know, it's just an example. I have more written down. You see, for example, which is wrong is if someone have 12 modules and the workbooks and bonus templates. This is too much. People never gonna finish it. But if you want to make it in a different way, you can get like a four-step video system to sell your course this month, workbook to test new titles in minutes, and a live review session to make sure it sells before Black Friday. And you can say what is the value, and then, but this is my price. But also, the value is a thing which you create. So I don't like when people list their value, but most people does that. They list the value in a money amount and then they list the price. In my opinion, because I'm into time freedom most of the time, and I'm selling things which is time freedom related, So I list, you save that much time if you take this, and then this is my price. And to for 1 hour, what is 1 hour worth for you? That's you have to figure out, because it's I cannot figure out how much 1 hour of your time is worth. So you that you know, and that's another course how to figure it out. But as everyone knows, and then this is my price. Do you want it? Do you don't want it? But if you sell like physical products, um, then you can list it. Um, I tell for e-commerce people to list it, or for example, they sell a cutlery set, and spoon costs this, fork costs this, knife costs this, all together this, and you save that much. This is good for e-commerce, but for course, it's more like you giving your knowledge, and your knowledge doesn't have like it's have a value because it's help for the other person, but it doesn't have like a money value. It's have time value, in my opinion. But everyone can do it however it's that fits for them. A lot of people put down the money value, and then you put down the price, but then comes the question for the customer: why is it so cheap? So, and also some of you might work in different currencies. You can show in different currencies, or if you have a live, you can show it in different time zones. Uh, but you can, so different countries can afford different things, and then you don't need to adjust. Uh, you can, because first of all, it's not fair for the person who paying the full price instead for a person who doesn't pay the full price, in my opinion at least, because just they in a different country and people travel all the time. So maybe this is why, is my opinion, it's not doesn't fair, and you can show you are in a different country with the VPN. So price should stay the same, in my opinion, different in the countries. But some countries have different currencies, so you have to adjust the currency. And then in this way, you can do two things. You can choose a system which is do it for you, and then change it. You can decide you can only pay in this one currency, like for example, you can pay in euros. Everyone has to pay in euro, which is not fair for the customers, because some bankers charge many money, and it's better if you use like a system like Stripe or Wise or something, um, which is change for you, and the customer doesn't have to deal with it, because they might not know, and then, oh, it's this much tax because of the different currency, and then they don't buy for you. Of course, you have to be upfront of the cost, even if extra tax or something comes on it, but still uh, offer different currencies if you sell it in different countries. My Stripe is set as they can buy it in any currency which Stripe supports, and then the tax, which is in the currency exchange, and the country tax is shown in a different line, and they show as tax or VAT. And then they know this is my price, this is the VAT, and this is what they pay all together. Um, but also everyone is for their own devices, so you can choose however you like it. You can choose you only sell it in Europe, and then you use euro all the time. So it's your choice. So now for the exercise, you can list the 4 or 5 elements of your course, or the benefit for each. What problem does it solve? So 1, 2, 3. What do they solve? And then add perceived value for it. It can be time, or it can be money, some value. And then stuck it all together, and then tell in the end what you want for it. For example, you can have live lifetime access to templates. So these templates is save a lot of times because you doesn't have to create a template. And it saves on setups also. I do this with ClickUp all the time. When I set up something for the customer, I create a template if I see they use something, and I give the template as a bonus because I'm just that nice. Or you can have a private community, which is have the value of accountability. So the people gonna finish it, whatever it starts. You can add as a live Q&A, so the people get feedback on whatever you are doing in the course. This is also something a lot of people value. Okay, so when you have your title show a result, your visual show the after, and your stack provides value, you no longer sell. You simply show transformation, and this is our point. So for exercise for tomorrow, you can rewrite your title, change the photos if it needs changing, remake your offer stack. And yes, this is sounds so much to do 3 things in a night. But first of all, you have 2 days to do this because tomorrow holiday, and then it depends which country you are. But you have, which is in Europe, Tuesday, and then we see again in Wednesday evening. So actually, it's 2 days. If you are Australian, no, but the rest of the world is 2 days. That's the same time around, just we sleep in different times. Okay, anyway. And if you want to do this before Black Friday, you do need to get on it. And it's not doesn't take much time because you doesn't need like a 5-page long sales page. I would say about 1 to 2 hours. It depends how much you have to work in it. To rewrite your transformation sentence, update your sales headline, do the offer checklist, and the pictures. Make positive pictures. This is gonna be the most time consuming one. You can either create it, you can check it in Canva, or you can, that's the best, I think, to check it in Canva. That's what I usually use, Canva, but I learned design, so this might be a different kind of thing. Okay, why we do this? Because your market can't, what isn't polished clearly. So if they don't understand, they don't buy. Once you promise an audience much, then everything like your post, your emails, but however you market it, the people will understand it. And then if they see it many times, they will just buy it because this is something I need. So what you can expect is clarity from your audience. It's most cases it's even shifting the engagement a little, and then you can measure the sales. It's usually like 3-4 weeks. So Black Friday is in 3 weeks, if I remember correctly, but maybe 4 because it's November 3 today. So by the time, if you do this now, by the time it will be all clarified, all good, because most of the time you write this down, then you go about whatever you do, like you go to sleep, you go to shower, and then it comes a new idea, like, oh, I could have write this, and that would be a better version. So you don't accept that you do everything and then it's ready. It's gonna come a new version, it's gonna come a better version, a client of yours might say something and then say, oh yes, exactly, that's the result. And this is much more better wording. Or I usually come up with the problems, they tell me, oh, this is solve this problem, and then I'm just thinking, oh, I didn't even think of it, I'm solving it, and they thought of it. So things like this happened. Okay, and tomorrow we do polishing and make everything irresistible. Okay, so see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye bye. First starting it. Oh yes, and if someone has questions, then feel free to ask.